So we have seen the this paragraph wherein it is told about how the yogis know all the information about all the material planets and all the spiritual planets. So related to this, I want to share one picture and show you what I meant by all the material planets and what I meant by all the spiritual planets. So yeah, so this is one of the universes of the material world. So there are many universes, unlimited universes like this in the material world. So the yogi knows about all about this one universe, and also he knows that there are many other universes like this in this material world only. Has got all the information about that. And in this one material universe, see here, there is this Bhur Loka, right? This is a earthly planetary. This is full, not that only this one small uh, globe or round round planet that we see here. That is not only the earth planet, but the full system is there of earthly planets. Okay, and from that, this considering this as a middle, there are above 7 planetary systems, and below there are 6 planetary systems. So total is 14. And in each planetary system, what are the facilities available? What are the kinds of uh, enjoyments available? The strengths available for them? Everything these yogis knows, because by acquiring knowledge, that is why they are known as Jnana yogis. No, those Jnana yogis, they acquire all knowledge from the Vedas, and they know everything about what is happening in each of these planetary systems. And then this is only about one universe, only one universe of the material world. There are many such universes in this material world. And material world is only 1/4 of all full creation. And the 3/4 is the spiritual world. So while knowing about this material world and this universe, the yogis sometimes tend to develop some attraction for some other planets in this universe only. Oh, wow, see this Bhuloka, then there is Bhuvarloka. Bhuvarloka is where little subtle beings are there. Then there's Svargaloka, then Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, and all these planets have got beings with higher powers. And then the yogi, while studying about those powers and those enjoyments, he may get attracted to such things. So that is one of the disadvantages. Maybe if someone sticks to only Gyan Yoga, so one has to develop uh, more inclination about his being the servant of Krishna. Then only he will say that wherever I am not able to serve Krishna in this material universe properly unless I am in that consciousness. If I'm trying to enjoy separate from Krishna, I cannot. I my me being a servant of Krishna and trying to enjoy separate from Krishna, both these concepts will clash with each other, and I'm unable to be happy anywhere in this universe. Of course, if I am there in whichever part, whether in spiritual world or in material world, if I am always situated in this consciousness and I am servant of Krishna, then I enjoy happiness. And what Bhakti Yogi thinks is like that only. But once you have jnana, you have bhakti, and you practice remembering Krishna all the time, like dhyana, that is real dhyana, and that is real yoga. That we combine all this and dedicate it to Krishna, then there is a possibility that we may even enter this spiritual world. Here in this picture, you see, so this is a one universe here, so like an egg shape. And Vedas always talk about, under, there is the shape of the universe is like an under, that is one universe shape is like egg. There are many, many eggs like that floating here. Can you see? That is unlimited universes. Inside this, uh, the down part, this is all material world, say suppose. This is only 1/4. Here, for this picture sake, it is appearing like half up and half down. But this down part is only 1/4. To show it in a clear manner, it has been enlarged like that. And the upper portion is the spiritual world. The spiritual world also has got many, many small, small, small planets, you see. I mean, they're not small. For our vision here, they're appearing really small. There are unlimited spiritual worlds also has many, many planets. And then there is Goloka also, Goloka planet in spiritual world. So those who are those who desire to serve the Lord can serve in the Vaikuntha planets or in Goloka. In Goloka, there are more rasas available for them to serve, like Madhurya rasa. There is a lot of sweetness here. Krishna doesn't here for them, for those who serve him. They even forget that he is God. Only sweetness, the motherly rasa, the Vatsalya rasa. They think that Krishna is dependent on them. Similarly, the Sakhas, they feel that Krishna is equal to them. They forget that he is God. That is the highest realm. That's why Goloka has got many, many more rasas and more services, more varieties compared to this. But it's not that this is higher, this is lower. Everything is according to Krishna's plan. Everyone serves him in their own rasa. Like how for Hanuman, he's in Dasya rasa. He serves as a servant of Rama. For him, it is the highest. He will not think that, oh, let me become friend of Ram. Never. But of course, there is from Ramchandra's side, it is not like that. Ramchandra's side, he considers Hanuman as very dear to him. He does not consider him as a servant or something. But for him, for Hanuman, it is the highest rasa. So, Ayodhya Dham is where the worshippers of Ram will want to go. For them, it is the highest. For Krishna, they will want to go to Goloka. Then Vishnu, many Vishnus are there. See, there are these small planets. They have all 400 forms of the Lord. So the Lord is one in many, many forms, and he wants to enjoy in all varieties. And we have seen in previous chapter also. Enjoyment means variety. So that is why he has got this full creation made, so that we can enjoy with him and he can enjoy with us in different rasas. Those who do not understand the spiritual world and why they have to serve Krishna to be happy, and they think that no, I want to be happy separate from you, they are here in the material world. And in that material world, only one universe information is there. And even with that information, sometimes the Gyan yogis make think that let me be here and enjoy. Let me try to be happy here only in these higher planetary systems of the material world, of the material universe. But that is one danger, that reading from only those sections of Vedas, they may get attracted to the material world itself. So better we read from the scriptures which tell about the spiritual universe more, and how to serve there, what are the kind of enjoyments available there in service of Krishna. Then the attraction for the spiritual world increases. I hope I'm able to give a small introduction about what our topic is going on through these pictures that we discussed, that what is meant by higher planets. Higher planets means higher planets here only in this material universe. There, the bodies have much longer life. We read, right? They have 6 months. 6 months of Earth is equal to 1 day there. So there is a long, long life, but again, they have to come back. They have to come back to this world only. So better go to spiritual world, because there is eternity, and the soul is also eternal. So soul will perfectly fit there in his eternal service to the Lord. Okay, next paragraph will start. Who is going to read? We are spirit soul from there. Okay,
I
should
will
I
read,
read?
Mataji.
We are spirit
Correct.
soul, and as such, we are eternal. Why then should we subject ourselves to birth and death? One who asks this question is to be considered intelligent. Those who are Krishna conscious are very intelligent because they are not interested in gaining entrance to any planet where there is death. They will reject a long duration of life in order to attain a body like God's. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. Sat means eternal, Chit means full of knowledge, and Ananda means full of pleasure. Krishna is a reservoir of all pleasure. If we transfer ourselves from this body into the spiritual world, either to Krishna Loka planet or either to Krishna Loka, Krishna's planet, or any other spiritual planet, we will receive a similar Satchidananda body. Thus, the aim of those who are in Krishna consciousness is different from those who are trying to promote themselves to higher planets within this material world. Yeah? So, the soul is Satchidananda, which because it is part of the Satchidananda Vigraha, the Supreme Lord. And the soul also wants to be eternal, full of knowledge, and full of bliss, full of pleasure. And that is why it fits better in the spiritual world rather than in the material world. Okay, one small question. What does Sat mean? What does Chit mean? And what does Ananda mean? Anyone try to answer?
Hare Krishna
English
Mataji.
meaning of Sat, Chit, and Ananda.
Sat is eternal. Chit is full of knowledge.
I can't hear you,
And
Manji.
Ananda means,
Are you on mute?
Sat means eternal.
Are you trying to answer? Okay, let me see whether maybe my, okay. Yeah. Now, Mataji, my speaker was off.
Yeah. Sat means eternal.
Yes.
Chit is full of knowledge. And Ananda means full of pleasure.
Thank you so much. And this is what is the Satchidananda Vigraha. This is the elements or components of the Krishna's body, the spiritual body. And we, as part and parcels of Krishna, our elements are also these only. But right now, what we have earth, water, fire, ether, and all those ahankara, buddhi, man, chitta, all these now we have. But in spiritual world, it is not so. Our actual, the body, the soul, has a spiritual body which is made up of Satchit Ananda, just like Krishna's body. But Krishna is unlimited and we are minute sparks. Okay, now next paragraph, who is going to read?
I will read,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji. Yeah.
The self or soul of the individual is a minute spiritual spark. The
Minute.
perfection of yoga, sorry, the perfection of yoga lies in the transversal of this spiritual spark to the top of the head. Having attained this, the yogi can transfer himself to any planet in the material world according to his desire. If the yogi is curious to know what the moon is like, he can transfer himself there. Or if he is interested in higher planets, he can transfer himself there. Just as travelers go to New York, Canada, or other cities on the earth. Wherever one goes on earth, he finds the same visa and custom system operating, and on all the material planets, one can similarly see the principles of birth, old age, disease, and death operating. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So, yes, what is the process of going to the higher planets? This spirit spark, this soul, the spiritual spark, which is minute in quantity, and quality is the same, Sachidananda, but very minute in quantity. This, the yogi, what he does, he has full control. He will transfer it to the top of the head. And from that, he will leave the body. The soul will leave the body from the top of the head. That is what the yogi's perfection is. And then he transfers himself to any planet he likes. Like if he wants to go to the moon, he will go there. And he will get a suitable body to go to the moon, which can stay in the moon very comfortably. The soul will get a suitable body for the moon. And if he transfers it to a Brahmaloka, he will get the suitable body which can go to the Brahmaloka. And if suppose he can transfer to the spiritual world, then he will get Sachidananda body. So wherever we go on earth, we find that we need the visa of the same. So similarly, we have to get the similar kind of permission from those planets to leave from here. For that, the yogi practices all through so that he can get such kind of body and which will be allowed there. Okay. Next paragraph.
Om Itya Ekaksaram Brahma. At the point of death, the yogi can pronounce Omkara, the concise form of transcendental sound vibration. If the yogi can vibrate this sound and at the same time remember Krishna or Vishnu, Mam Anusmarana, he attains the highest goal. It is the process of yoga to concentrate the mind on Vishnu. The impersonalist imagine some form of the Supreme Lord, but the personalists do not imagine this. They actually see whether one can imagine him or actually sees him. One has to concentrate his mind on the personal form of Krishna.
You can read this, Mataji.
Ananyachetas satasam yo mam smarati nityasha tasyam sulabha partha nityayuktasya yoginaha. For one who remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain. O son of Partha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So there are two kinds of people, right? Who practices who practices dhyana. One is impersonalist and another one is a personalist. The impersonalists imagine some form of the Lord. They will say, imagine any form of the Lord that belongs to the Lord only. Imagine a light, imagine a dot, whatever. That is all the forms of the Supreme Lord only. Just imagine any form and vibrate this mantra, Om, and leave the body from the top of the head and go to the planet that you would like to. That is what is the impersonalists say. And mostly this impersonalist who thinks that the Lord has no form, there is no personality. That is why impersonalist. The name is impersonalist. The Lord has no personality. He has got no eyes, hands, and legs like us. He is God. No, he will not be like us. He will be like some other divine being which we cannot imagine. So let us imagine light. And actually, what they are imagining is the light coming out from the Supreme Lord's, those Lord's Sachidananda body, effulgence. They think that this effulgence is only God. And they imagine that and they try to reach that either higher planets or to the Brahma Jyoti only. Jyoti is the effulgence of the Lord. So this is the impersonalist. What the personalist do? He need not imagine anything. He actually sees. See, this is so powerful. He actually sees the Lord when he leaves the body. Because he always was remembering during his lifetime, he was always remembering the Lord. He was always reading about him, knowing about him, trying to understand the Lord, understand the names, his qualities, his pastimes, his leelas, and his rupa, his form, everything he is trying to remember all the time. And at the time of death, he actually sees the Lord and he utters his names and he leaves the body and attains the spiritual body, which is allowed in the spiritual planet to serve the Lord. So Krishna himself is telling to Partha, O son of Pritha, for one who remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain because of his constant engagement in devotional service. So all through his life, he was preparing like this. He was remembering me. He was constantly engaged in my devotional service without any deviation. And that person easily I can be obtained. It is not that very difficult. Everyone thinks yoga is very difficult. Attaining Krishna is very difficult. What you mean by Vaikuntha Loka? Is it so easy to go? It is very difficult. So sometimes it is so difficult. It feels so difficult that people compromise. They say, okay, let me at least be happy here only. Try to be happy here only. At least let me go to Swarga. And that kind of compromise people make because they think going to Vaikuntha is very difficult. But Krishna is telling, for those who remember me always, engage in my devotional service constantly, without any deviation, for them I'm easy to obtain. And Prabhupada says, personalists means these devotees who knows that Krishna is as a person, God is a person. He has got many, many different forms, sometimes 400 forms, sometimes 200 forms. So for them, they actually see Krishna and they concentrate his mind upon personal form, seeing him, and they leave the body. Hmm? And we will see in future also many examples are there who have left Krishna like that, their body like that, seeing Krishna. Okay, next paragraph.
I'll read next.
Yeah, Mohini Mataji.
Those who are satisfied with temporary life, temporary pleasure, and temporary facilities are not to be considered intelligent, at least not according to the Bhagavad Gita. According to the Gita, one whose brain substance is very small in interested in temporary things. We are eternal, so why should we be interested in temporary things? No one wants to non-permanent situation. If we are living in an apartment and the landlord asks us to vacate, we are sorry, but we are not sorry if we move into a better apartment if it is our nature because we are permanent to want apartment residence. We don't wish to die because in actually we are permanent, nor do we want to grow old or be diseased because these are all external or non-permanent status. Although we are not meant to suffer from fever, sometimes fever comes and we have to take precautions and remedies and to get well again. The fourfold measures are like a fever and they are all due to the maternal body. If somehow we can get our out of the maternal body, we can escape the misers that are integral with it.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Such an important paragraph you have read. That many times we think or people think that yogis, these sadhus, these bhaktas, these devotees, they are not at all ambitious people. They are just happy with whatever they have. They are very simple. They just give up all their ambitions. They don't want to be very successful. But sadly, this paragraph says that they are all wrong because the devotees, the yogis are very ambitious people. See, because they are not settling up with the temporary things. They don't want temporary bodies. They don't want any temporary place. They want eternal happiness, eternal bliss, and eternal place, eternal service to the Lord. So this is what they do not wish to die because soul is permanent. They want all permanent. They don't want to grow ill, grow old. They don't want diseases. They don't want any small, no, temporary pleasures. They want permanent. So, and that is why they are working hard, and they are not even interested in the temporary things. But outwardly, what it appears like, oh, these people are not interested in acquiring money or luxury and all that. But actually, they are interested in a higher thing, and this appears small to them. And then they lose interest with these small things, these small temporary things. Why it is small? Because it is temporary. Anyway, if I get a very big house also, what is the so great? We have to vacate that house one day. I mean, we have to leave. When we die, we have to leave everything. And anyway, if I try to even to go to higher planets and get a body suitable for Swargaloka, what is the use? I will have to leave that also one day and come back to this earthly planet to again gain some punya to go to that Swargaloka. So going up and down, up and down. I don't want to go up and down one ladder. I just want to get out and have an eternal place for myself, eternal service, eternal happiness. That is why they aim at a very high thing and they lose interest for these temporary things. So they are not satisfied with temporary life, temporary pleasure, and temporary facilities. And those who are not satisfied with those, they are intelligent people, no? I mean, they seemingly seem to be satisfied because they think, okay, whatever is given, use this and go back to Krishna. That is why they seem to be satisfied with it. The first line says, those who are satisfied with temporary life, temporary pleasure, and temporary facilities are not to be considered intelligent. One should not be satisfied, or what? That is what is the question, no? Yes. Why should we be satisfied with temporary things? I want permanent life with Krishna. And meanwhile, whatever is given, the temporary body, the temporary facilities, a home, family, whatever, we use it in Krishna's service. We actually use it for Krishna's pleasure. And then they say, no, use the bad bargain. When we say, suppose I go to the shop and I purchase something at a very high cost and I feel that I'm cheated. What will I do? I'll come back home and say, okay, let me make best use of this only. What to do? Let me at least whatever cheating has happened. Now let me make best use of whatever I've got. I will use it very nicely, maintain it nicely and use it properly and use it as much as I can. So similarly, this body also is a bad bargain. Instead of a spiritual body, we settled down, we got cheated and we by the Maya, and we thought we will have material body separate from Krishna, we can enjoy. But now we have got this bad bargain. What will we do with this body? Okay, now use it properly. Use it nicely and go back to Krishna. Use all the senses in Krishna's service. Mind in Krishna's, concentrate and focus on Krishna's name, form, qualities. This way, go back to Krishna. Okay, so a small question from this. According to Bhagavad Gita, one whose brain substance is very small is interested in temporary things, no? So why we don't want temporary things?
Because we are eternal, Mataji.
Yeah, we are eternal. So why should be interested in temporary things? Thank you so much. For the impersonalists, who will read this paragraph?
I will read, Mataji.
Yes, ma'am.
For the impersonalist to get out of this temporary body, Krishna here advises that they vibrate the syllable Om. In this way, they can be assured of transmigration into the spiritual world. However, although they may enter the spiritual world, they cannot enter into any of the planets there. They remain outside in the Brahma Jyoti. The Brahma Jyoti may be compared to the sunshine, and the spiritual planet may be compared to the sun itself. In the spiritual sky, the impersonalists remain in the effulgence of the Supreme Lord, the Brahma Jyoti. The impersonalists are placed in the Brahma Jyoti as spiritual spark. And in this way, the Brahmajyoti is filled with spiritual sparks. This is what is meant by merging into the spiritual existence. It should not be considered that one merges into the Brahmajyoti in the sense of becoming one with it. The individuality of the spiritual spark is retained. But because the impersonalist does not want to take a personal form, he is found as a spiritual spark in the effulgence. Just as the sunshine is composed of so many atomic particles, so the Brahmajyoti is composed of so many spiritual sparks. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Mataji.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. So yes, the impersonalist also, they think like that. Why should I have the temporary body? I want to go to the spiritual, like permanent world. But they think of Brahma Jyoti. They think of attaining impersonal liberation. That is, the Lord's impersonal feature is there, no? The Supreme Lord has got one more impersonal feature which has got no form. That is His light. That form is attractive to this impersonalists. But actually, it should not be considered that one merges into the Brahma Jyoti in the sense of becoming one with it. The individuality of the spiritual spark is there always. Because the soul is individual, even if he goes to the Brahma Jyoti, he tries to become one with the Supreme Lord. He will not merge, like how one drop is put into the water, it will merge, it will become one with the water only. We cannot differentiate. But this soul, when it enters the Brahma Jyoti also, it is like a fish in the ocean. It will not become one with the ocean. It is still different. It is not like a drop into the ocean, it is like a fish into the ocean. So usually many people think that I will just attain mukti, liberation, I will merge into the oneness of the Supreme Lord. It is not possible. It is, they imagine like this only. They will imagine a drop of water in the ocean, or they will imagine like how a fire there, it has got many sparks. They imagine like that. But the reality is that they can never become one with the Supreme Lord. Even if they enter the effulgence of the Lord, their identity will be different. They will have their own identity, and the soul will always want happiness, eternity, and knowledge. No, now what happens after entering into the Brahma Jyoti? Still, the soul wants eternity. Well, I have eternity now. Yes, I can be eternal. I want a knowledge, full knowledge. I want. Okay, I have the knowledge, but Ananda part is missing. The soul can be happy only in the service of the Lord. In Brahmajyoti, there is no service of the Lord. So that is where the soul wants now to have that also as a completion. Impersonalists, they will attain Sat and Chitta, but Ananda is missing when they enter even this so-called Mukti, no, of entering Brahmajyoti. Then they look for Ananda also. Okay, we'll continue this next paragraph. It is about that only. Till now, any doubts for today's class? Is it too much information in one day? Or you already know a little bit about all these topics? Or if it is like too much, please go through again and again. Just read these 3 paragraphs that we read today again, once again, and see. Because when we read more and more number of times, it will sink in better. Okay? Hare Krishna.
Okay, Mataji.
Dandavat pranam. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. I will send the recording also. Please see the recording once if any doubts. Still, if any doubts, you can message me or call me anytime in the evening. Okay? Hare Krishna.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you. Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.